did you watch my recent video about the bizarre letter from the job centre? Okay, I know it's not the done thing on YouTube to assume you've watched previous videos because I'm different. The way I look at it is, if you watch the videos leading up to this one, you won't have to hear me say the same thing twice, because face it, no one likes to hear this voice more than they have to, not even me. So for the full context behind this video, watch that. So yeah, I did nothing and sat on it. Well, okay, not literally. I like this cushion. It's better than a sheet of paper, but did nothing for 2 weeks. Then I got another letter from the job centre, also about my ESA, saying they need my current bank statements and building society amount. I thought, oh, for God's sake, what a palaver, but instead of sending them up, I thought I'd go in there, get it done. So, printed off my current bank statement, took my building society book in for them to copy, and found a helpful guy called Nick, who I handed it to. He just photocopied it and said, yeah, there you go, that's all we need. If you need me again, my name's Nick, and I put a postie on my building society book saying Nick from the job centre. So I thought, hooray, it's done, and I've got Nick's name to prove it. 2 weeks later, another letter arrived from the job centre saying we wrote to you 2 weeks ago, but we haven't heard back. Please hand in your building society statement and your current bank statements before. And the date it gave was the day before I received the bloody letter. Hey, what the fuck? Come on, Nick. Don't let me down. You were on it, Mr. Nick. You had it to win. You said it was okay. What's going on, Mr. Nick? Secondly, a date before I received the letter. What the hell? I mean, I am good, but I can't bloody time travel. I'm on this shit because I'm less able than the average human, not more able. So time traveling is a no. So I phoned these people up, and after 1 hour of being in a queue and wanting to inflict death on anyone I see, they finally answer, and the woman talking to me on the phone was quite helpful. She said, it's so fine, don't worry about the deadline. We did receive it. Well, what the hell? Why say you didn't? That just gives my anxiety a field trip. But we did receive it. We just couldn't read the bank statement properly. So don't worry about the deadline, but when you can, could you resubmit it? I thought at least she was helpful. So I went off to the JobCentre to double check what they needed, which is near the bank, so I could then go on to print the necessary stuff. And so went into the JobCentre. Unfortunately, Nick's not there, and I threw him under the bus earlier, but again, this clearly wasn't his fault. They lied to me about Nick. Nick is still a legend of the Cardiff JobCentre, in my opinion. Anyway, no, Nick, I got seen to the woman called Jackie, equally helpful. I said, sounds like you need more statements. Could you tell me exactly what you need? And she did some keyboard punching and number crunching, stroke searching a bit, and go, oh, looks like they couldn't read your building society book, so could you get that reprinted and read bank statement from 2020 to 21. Like, what the hell? This is the first mention of 20 to 21. Why do they need that? And if they do, why not tell me before, for God's sake? Of course I didn't send them what they need, 'cause they made no mention of bloody needing it. Are these guys thick in the head or what? Jesus Christ. So anyway, I told him up to the building society, asking them to print me a statement. They said it was against policy, but could do me a letter on official paper saying how much they have. I said yes, please, and asked them to address it to thick cunts at the JobCentre, and in brackets, not Jackie and Nick, who are lovely and helpful. And for some reason they declined to do this, but printed a letter all the same. So that was the easy part. I then told him off to the bank and said, please can you print me statements for the entire year 20 to 21. And the guy's like, I'm sorry, but that's against company policy. And they assume that's because that'll be £50 pages and they don't want to cut out the Amazon unnecessarily, which is fair enough. So I then returned to Jackie, give her my building society letter, but explained to her the bank didn't want to print out all the statements. Meanwhile, Saviour Nick appears out of nowhere at the photocopier. He's like Jesus of the Cardiff JobCentre, except he actually exists. Well, at least some of the time. So, me and Jackie are like, Nick, save us! What do we do? So, Jackie goes over to Nick. They have a long chat, looking confused. Robert the Chin wondering what to do. And eventually Jackie returned, saying, I've got an idea. I'll write a letter telling your bank we need the statements, and then hopefully they'll print them. So Jackie types up this letter signed by the JobCentre. Voila! So I then returned to the bank. The guys there already giving me a look that makes me feel about as welcome as a hard-on at a funeral. But anyway, I go, look mate, I'm really sorry. You know I asked for the bank statement. Here's a letter telling you that's what you have to give me. So he then pauses, clearly trying to think of a way he could decline, but poor guy, his hands were tied and he couldn't. So he then toddles up to the printer, telling me this might take a while, and 20 minutes later he returns with an envelope with 50 sheets of A4 in it, saying, here you go, here are your statements. I thanked him thoroughly and left thinking I'll probably never be able to show my face in that branch of HSBC again. So I then toddled back to the JobCentre, hand Jackie these 50-odd sheets of paper. She's like, oh boy, that's my entire afternoon spent at the photocopier. But anyway, okay, so I left and bless her, she then phoned me later in the afternoon to tell me it took her most of the afternoon, but she did it, and in the system. In a system that clearly bloody broken. I mean, just think about it. This is ESA. It's not even means tested. Why did they require all the statements and still not communicate that clearly. I feel sorry for the likes of Jackie and Nick. They're lovely people that have to bend over backwards because of the idiots that manage them. I don't know what Jackie's plans for the afternoon were, but they probably won't spend the whole afternoon scanning 50 sheets of some spastic's bank statement. Bless you, Jackie, for JobCentre hierarchy manager, ESA people. Shame on you.